Hey there, House here. After posting my sporting opinion video, I was requested to take an in-depth look at Bradley Beal and where he could end up as trade bait. For those who do not know, Bradley Beal is the best scorer in the game right now, who is stuck on a really bad team. So, like many others, I'll be speculating on which teams are the best fit for him. My first team is the Atlanta Hawks. This is the team that is developing its first-round draft picks and becoming a really good team before our eyes. The addition of Bradley Beal would bring this team into the conversation of a top team in the East. Pairing him with the likes of Trae Young, Clint Capella, and Cam Reddish would make this team really fun to watch for the next few years to come. Now, they wouldn't be able to get him for free. To make this deal work, they'd have to give up Danilo Gallinari, who is no stranger to being traded, and Bogdan Bogdanovic. Both players are talented enough to be decent trade bait and under contract for the next couple of years, so the Wizards would be able to utilize them for a couple of years if they wanted, or use them as trade bait of their own. Now, they would have to give up a bit more than two decent NBA players for Bradley Beal, so they will be pairing that with two first-round draft picks as well. One from this year and one from next year to make this deal truly worth it. The Hawks would have to work on restructuring their contracts with Trae Young set to become a free agent after next season, but I feel like this could be done. My next team is the New Orleans Pelicans. They are another team with plenty of young budding talent with a healthy mix of veteran presence. You add a prolific scorer like Bradley Beal to this team, they are instant playoff contenders, and with a couple of years could turn into playoff favorites with the exciting Zion Williamson and Brandon Ingram. They would have to trade away Steven Adams, who is a fantastic center in this league, and Eric Bledsoe, who's a veteran point guard that can draw trade interest wherever he is. And because this is a trade package involving Beal, it would cost two first-round draft picks here as well. The Pelicans can offer their 2021 and 2022 first-rounders, or instead of their 2022, they can offer their first round in 2023 that can be swapped to the Lakers. Whichever team ends up with the worst record becomes the pick for the Pelicans. All right, my next team is the Houston Rockets, who are a recommendation from the person who asked me to make this video devoted to Bradley Beal. Wouldn't it be funny if the Houston Rockets, who not only traded for John Wall, who is Beal's former teammate in Washington, also traded for Beal and had those two rejoin forces to bring this team to the upper echelon of the West? Well, even though the money really doesn't work out for this trade, we can still take a look and see what they would have to give up for Beal. They would definitely have to trade away Eric Gordon and two first-round draft picks. They could offer back those same two first-round draft picks that they received for trading away Russell Westbrook just a few months ago. But they would probably have to add another player in there, maybe Christian Wood just to make the money work. But without considering that, if you keep him, you have John Wall paired with Bradley Beal and Victor Oladipo with possibly Christian Wood as your starting four. That would be fun to watch for a few seasons. All right, and my last team that could make a play for Bradley Beal are the Miami Heat. They are the only team that I have listed that can actually offer something to the Wizards that no one else can. They can offer them some expiring contracts that will free up nearly $40 million for the Washington Wizards books so they can build for the future with their draft picks and free agent acquisitions. So down to what the Heat would have to give up. Truly, not a whole lot. They could offer Goran Dragic, who's a solid veteran point guard, Andre Iguodala, who's better than decent veteran forward, and Avery Bradley, who's another veteran defensive point guard. And since all of these contracts have a team option for the following year, the Wizards could have a chance to decline that final year and sign them all back, assuming that both sides are interested at a lower cost than what they're receiving now. They would also receive a 2022 first-round draft pick from the Heat, as well as a 2024 first-round draft pick. I would offer this year's first-round pick, seeing as how they aren't playing their best basketball, and their draft position would be better trade bait, but they don't have one this year. And just like that, you'd have a roster of Jimmy Butler, Bradley Beal, Bam Adebayo, Duncan Robinson, and Tyler Hero. That's not a bad making of a stout starting five. Well, there you have it. Those are my trade options for the highly coveted Bradley Beal. Only time will tell if any of these things actually transpire. Thank you for tuning into the House Report. If there's another team that you think can make a move for Beal, leave their name in the comments and I'll look into it. And for all my betting friends out there, remember, You'll win some and you'll lose some, but the house always wins.